Welcome. It's Wednesday night. It's getting close, guys. We got Super Bowl fever. It's here. It's Sunday night. And it's the Patriots and the Seahawks.
Well,
nonetheless, we have to be excited. It's the last game of the year. It's been a year, ups, downs, and all arounds. And it's always a good time with you ladies. It's always the best football season when I get to share it with you guys. So what are our thoughts? How are we feeling heading into this big game?
I'm excited for a football party. Let's do a Super Bowl party. Who's in?
Me too. I'm ready. And not only am I ready, but we want all our viewers to do the Super Bowl party too. And we'll talk about that a little later with our Super Bowl bingo. But yes, I'm going to a Patriots house for this game. So I may not be held responsible for my actions.
Can we make you a t-shirt? We're very crafty at my house lately. We'll also go into that a little bit later. We're very crafty right now. I could easily come up with something and we could send it off.
Well, I do have the t-shirt that says, I hope both teams lose, go Lions, that my sister bought me last year. So I may wear that. I also have one that says, I just hope both teams have fun. So I have to decide which one I want to wear.
I think we saw t-shirts earlier being posted that said, I'm just here to watch New England lose. And I feel like that's the t-shirt that I want.
So I'm super conflicted because the Super Bowl is being held in Santa Clara in the 49ers home field. The Seahawks are in our division. I can't have the Seahawks having lifetime bragging rights about winning a Super Bowl in our home, like that just.
But
I know.
Can you have the Patriots have lifetime bragging rights again?
I'm okay with that, honestly, at this point.
You clearly don't live in the Northeast, or have you ever?
No. I mean, listen, I got like Patriots fatigue, and it was like really fascinating because I was watching Get Up today, and they were talking about how not only did Belichick not get into the Hall of Fame, but neither did Kraft. And so now they're looking ahead that like, could Tom Brady also miss being a first ballot Hall of Famer, which that's just beautiful. Like, I'm like, okay, like, sure. It doesn't matter. Like, so you can always, everybody, if you're listening from the Northeast and you are not a Patriots fan, which probably most of our people listening are not Patriot fans, because obviously we have Beth in the house who is a Bills fan. I can tell you, you will always be able to say that. Well, they weren't a first round Hall of Famer. None of them were. That is like, so yes, they can win a Super Bowl because guess what, baby? I get to say that, talk my stuff. I know you're not okay with any of this.
We're going to agree to disagree on this one.
Did you also see Brady, when asked about this Super Bowl, his response was something along the lines of, he doesn't have a horse in this race. So he doesn't even care that the Patriots are in the Super Bowl.
That is actually pretty funny. Maybe it's because he didn't retire with them. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see.
Or is he saying that so that he can still be a first ballot? Because maybe if he's not being perceived as like part of the gang, he's like.
Or is it because he doesn't own part of the team like he does?
Or is it that he's an actual 49ers fan? Because I've been watching. Hear me out. He is a diehard 49ers fan. So I've been watching Rise of the 49ers. Thank you, AMC. I didn't have to buy a new streaming platform to watch it. Thank God. But literally, he was just like me. And it pains me to say that. But literally, his family had season tickets. He went to every game. He saw the iconic catch and to take the 49ers past the Cowboys way back in the late 70s. So maybe it was even 81. It was the Dwight Clark catch. It's iconic. It's now like a statue at the stadium. He was there for that as a kid. He's watched all of these incredible moments. Like Joe Montana was his reason for the 49ers, he says. He credits them to even wanting to play football. And then Joe Montana was just everything to him. And, you know, Jerry Rice was his idol. And Jerry Rice was my idol. I mean, that to this day, as a grown woman, Jerry Rice is the standard for me. So it was really fascinating to like, I almost at parts was like, okay, all right, you're part of the faithful. I've got to like pull you in guardedly.
Can I also just preface this that you also have a soft spot for Aaron Rodgers? So we got to take this all with a grain of salt.
Okay, so my personality flaw is I see the best in everybody.
I'm just saying, Desi.
I'm feeling attacked by that. I think
sorry.
Beth has big feelings. It's okay. She's got big feelings.
That's a perfect way to say it, Laura. I was like, wow, that's very angry about her 2025-26 season, and I honor that.
I'm angry about the Patriots.
Yeah, I know. Listen, this is a lose-lose for me anyway. So it's just it's at my home stadium, right? Like if this were anywhere else, I'd be completely on board with you because I do love Sam Darnold. JSN has had a tremendous year. Kenneth Walker, like that squad is keyed up, right? But I can't have them winning in our home state. Like, how would you feel if the Super Bowl was in Highmark and it's the Patriots and it's it's same situation, right?
I don't ever want the Patriots to win.
Well, facts. I don't ever want the Seahawks to win. It's the same hate situation. It's just that it's in my stadium. So I would actually cheer for them if it wasn't at our home stadium.
It's fine. I hear you. Fortunately, we're going to be doing other things during the Super Bowl than worrying about who wins.
Right. This is fact. But while we're talking about all of the things of this season, Beth, Laura and I have been absolutely fascinated with your amazing child.
We have
share with the world what Gabe has been up to. Gabe, shout out to you, baby. We're loving what you're doing over there.
So we had 2 non-eventful snow weekends where all activities have been canceled, all things have been done. So we were left with a little extra time on our hands. And I may have at one point purchased a $1.50 little van off of the Goodwill, and I was going to use it for our baby Josh. Little Josh needed a little car for him and his friends to drive around. I was like, hey, it would be really fun if we painted this car and like did it up with Buffalo stuff, and just we could use that for future travels. Well, my son looked at it and said, this CoComelon car, as anybody knows, CoComelon plays music. So there's a little button on it, you play music. He's like, I think I can do something with it. So we made the Mafia Mobile. Okay. And my son programmed it.
You gotta believe. Let's go Buffalo!
To play Buffalo chants whenever you push the button instead of CoComelon songs. He did such an amazing job, guys. Like he wasn't sure if it was going to work. He wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it all happen. But he took it apart, took out the electronics. We had another piece that had the Buffalo Bills chants on it. He took that apart and spent 2 full days working on it. We went to Ace Hardware. Shout out to Ace Hardware and everyone who works there, because every time we walked in there, they're like, "Good to see you again. You know what you're looking for." And we're like, "Yes, we didn't know the first time we needed X, Y, and Z, but now we do." So we bought a, soldering iron and soldering wire and wires, and there's only a couple of burn marks on Gabe's fingers to show for it. It's been great, and so super proud of the Mafia Mobile that he created for me. So
Yay, Gabe. That's phenomenal. That's the best way to spend a snow day in any book, right? That's amazing. Woohoo!
Yeah. The Mafia Mobile is absolutely one of my new favorite things. Like, and that he put that all together and painted it and did the stickers. And I love the baby Josh has a little car that he can drive around with his little friends.
Yep. So look forward to next season, the Mafia Mobile all over town.
Yes.
Buffalo Barb, I am not sure if the train horn is on it. I'll have to double check. But there's some good phrases on it for sure.
Well, very cool. Well, with the Super Bowl coming up this weekend, I have some very cool information about the leaders on both sides of the ball. So we've got, on both teams, we've got 5 interesting facts about Drake May. You guys ready for this?
Yes, as I can be.
Let's get to know the quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. So Drake May comes from a highly athletic family. He's the youngest of 4 brothers. His oldest brother, Luke, hit a buzzer beater that helped UNC win the 2017 NCAA basketball title. And I appreciate that because I am a Tar Heel fan. Appreciate you, Luke. We also have another brother, Cole. He was a pitcher for the Florida Gators World Series championship team in 2017 also. And a third brother, Bo, played Division I basketball at UNC. And their father, Mark May, was also a UNC quarterback in the 1980s. So they're just a little athletic. That's all.
Just a little.
Just a little. He happened to have married his middle school sweetheart. So her name is Ann Michael Hudson. They started dating around 12 years old in North Carolina. And they got married June 22nd of 2025. So just less than a year. And it's been pretty cute. I know you guys are not going to love me for this, but it's cute. Like, I really think that they're adorable. I think she's done some things on social media. If you follow her, she does cooking tips, and I think they're just so wholesome. He and his wife donated all their wedding gifts to charity. So it went to local shelters and children's charities throughout the North Carolina community. And often he speaks about humility, gratitude, and family support. He's done sold out campus talks, including talking about his family, coaches, and faith. His wife has her own viral social media presence, just like I had mentioned, TikTok baking sensation. So if you want to check her out, go check her out. Even Coach Mike Vrabel has publicly praised her desserts. So maybe check it. Find some good recipes for the Super Bowl party you're hosting this weekend. So it's all crickets on y'all's end. Not.
No, you said you didn't give us a chance. I truly don't have an issue with Drake May. I really feel like I agree. He's been fun to watch. It's been, I love seeing his attitude and his personality come out, and I do really like him. It's not him that I have an issue with.
Right.
And I've said that. I mean, I think he's going to be a force down the road for sure across the board. I think it's adorable that he's been with his girlfriend forever. I can't fathom even talking to anybody that I knew at 12. So, I mean, there's a handful of people, but not anybody that I would have thought I would ever marry. So I think it's just adorable that something like that transpired, and that they've been such a strong force in that presence. Again, he's not the issue.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the youngest brother of those other three brothers and your dad, like, no wonder he's so poised in the pocket, right? Nothing is phasing this guy, like, because they definitely did not give him gold, right?
He didn't have a choice.
That's what I'm saying. He was definitely not cut any kind of breaks. So,
well, and that imagine that family dinner, right? Even right after he made it to the Super Bowl, like this is his second year, right? And like he made it to the Super Bowl. So like everybody's like, oh, we have all these accomplishments. He's like, yeah, but I made it to the Super Bowl in my second season. Like no matter what, their family competitions have to be pretty strong.
Pretty competitive.
Game night in that household is going to be dangerous.
Yes. All right. Well, let's flip over and start talking about Sam Darnold, the quarterback for the Seahawks. So I'm going to save this beautiful nugget for last, but he is now engaged. So he proposed last July to his longtime girlfriend, Katie Hoofnagel. He proposed on the beach in California. He maintains a tight, longtime friend group, regularly stays connected with close friends from high school and USC, which this gives me like Kirk Cousin vibes, right? Like, do you remember watching Quarterback and like how he was very connected with all his broskies from back in the day?
Right.
So nerdy and cute all at the same time.
All at the same time, yes. He once co-hosted a podcast called Season of Sam, which that sounds like it'd be about like serial killers.
Right.
But it's really, it was a football life, talked about football life and interviewed guests like Colin Cowherd, Trent Dilfer, and Pete Carroll. So who knew? I'm going to have to look up that podcast. He's definitely connected and involved with charity and community causes. He supports organizations like the Never Give Up Foundation, which focuses on encouraging kids fighting cancer. And he's also participated in NFL initiatives like My Cause, My Cleats with the NFL. So, but nothing takes the cake like this little nugget. Of course, he also comes from a family of athletes. His father played college football. His mom played volleyball. Sister played college basketball. But his grandfather, whose name is Dick Hammer, was the original Marble Man.
What?
I did see that. I thought it was fake at first. I was like, nah, because one, the man's name is Dick Hammer.
As if that's not enough, but he also has to be the Marble Man.
I love it.
Like Dick Hammer, that's that's his lineage. But Dick was also a USC basketball player in the Final Four and was a member of the 1964 U.S. Olympic volleyball team. Like what? And then later had this professional career as an actor. I mean, okay, Sam Darnold, people about to F around and find out, right?
Exactly.
And and I know I dislike the Patriots and I discuss that a lot, but truly this is why I want them to win, because Sam Darnold is such like the black sheep kind of the NFL the last few years. And it's been so fun to watch him persevere and make something happen out of it. I feel like that in its own right is such a great story, and a testament to how you can overcome and forget what other people say. That's why I like Josh Allen so much, right? Like nobody gave him a shot until he forced his way into it, right? So that's kind of why another reason why I would prefer them to win.
I feel like he is literally like a Kirk Cousins without the showmanship. Like Kirk Cousins loves to he was a singer, he would do a little performance. Like he was in performance art or something, I think, in high school or whatever, right? But that's not Sam Darnold. But Sam also is a bird watcher.
Right.
So like bird watcher, Dick Hammer, like who put this collection together, right? It's just like incredible and very interesting and intriguing human being. So It's hard, like you're saying about Drake May, Beth, it's hard to not cheer for that guy, right? Like, I just want it to be a good Super Bowl. I don't want it to be boring. I'd love for it to be, a good competitive game, which I think it will be. So,
yeah.
All right, let's move it on along. Tomorrow night is the NFL Honors night, and that is when we're going to have a couple of interesting things coming up where they vote on most valuable player, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, so on and so forth. So, ladies, I want to walk you through who's up for. Let's start with this one. Coach of the year. Coach of the year, we have Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, Mike McDonald, Kyle Shanahan, and Mike Vrabel. Very tight race. Who do you guys have on your bingo card for winning Coach of the Year, and why?
All right, Laura, I'll follow you.
All right, this is a tough one. It truly is a tough one, but because both people I think that are at the top are people that I don't particularly want to root for. I think, this hurts to say, Ben Johnson left the Lions and immediately turned around a team that had been in the dumps for a long time. Like, so you can't deny that he did a fantastic job. And of course, the question is that why the Lions tanked a little this year, right? Did we really need him? And that remains to be seen, right? We'll see how next year goes. But I also think you can't argue with Mike Vrabel, right? He came in, took over a losing Patriots team, and got them to the Super Bowl. So I don't think you can complain about him at all, even though I might want to.
I would agree with the Mike Vrabel thing, as much as I hate to say it as well. What he's done in a year and kind of the culture that he's building over there, I think is just a testament to what kind of coach he is. So, I mean, we'll see, but he'd probably get my vote.
This is tough. I mean, like you said, now Liam Cohen, he came from Tampa Bay, and that was kind of sketchy. It was like he left in the night, weird, went to Jacksonville. There was some beef between him and my defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh. So obviously, there's some question marks for me, just as a question of human being and being nice and that kind of, that's not what this category is. It's Coach of the Year. And obviously he did turn around Jacksonville Jaguars, even after their star rookie goes out with a knee injury for the season on the, both sides of the ball. The guy who comes out and is supposed to be an offensive threat as well as a defensive threat. And people kind of were like, well, what are they really going to do? But they really turned it around. Ben Johnson, like you said already, Laura, he's coming from the Lions, turned around the Chicago Bears. Everybody is talking about how great, their quarterback was, which was not the conversation when he came out. First couple of years, he's been struggling, and then he looks like the superstar this year. Mike McDonald, what he's done in Seattle, phenomenal. I mean, he definitely, they're playing in the Super Bowl. You don't really get any better accolades as a coach than that. And that's the same for Mike Vrabel. Now, Mike Vrabel's coming from the Tennessee Titans, and Tennessee obviously has not been having great seasons. So he's kind of like redeeming himself, leaving that organization and going to the Patriots, and has just turned them around. They're playing in the Super Bowl. Mike Vrabel, very deserving. Obviously, I'm jaded. I'm a Niners fan. Kyle Shanahan, what he's been able to do despite the enormous amount of injuries that we've sustained, to even make it into the postseason is unbelievable. And it comes down to the play calling and the things that he did despite the injuries. Everybody's like, oh, we're injured, so the defense isn't good, but somehow we made it work. This will be an interesting one that I don't think that I would be upset over any of them winning, questionable Liam Cohen. I think I'll have a little sour taste in my mouth if Liam Cohen wins. But I guess, I don't know that the odds are really high for him. I think there's some other coaches. I would say, you got to look at McDonald, you got to look at Vrabel, and I still think Shanahan's in the conversation. Those would be my top 3 in that category. But we'll see. Next up, let's chat about comeback player of the year. And up for that, okay, guard your ears, Beth. Stephon Diggs of the Patriots. There you go, Laura. Aiden Hutchinson of the Lions. Trevor Lawrence for the Jaguars. Christian McCaffrey with the Niners. And Dak Prescott from the Cowboys. Beth, I want to hear from you first, being that you are a physical therapist. Who do you feel deserves the title of comeback player of the year?
I think McCaffrey. Truthfully, he has dealt with such crazy injuries. Last year he was hurt. This year he was hurt on and off, and he's still, no matter what happens, he's still able to produce. I can't imagine anybody else winning from an injury standpoint. I also think Trevor Lawrence had a great comeback this season. What a turnaround as a player. Those would be the 2 that I would be surprised if someone beat out either one of those.
Yeah. Laura?
Well, no surprise to either of you. My personal vote goes to Aiden Hutchinson. After just a devastating injury previous season, he was still a fairly new player. He was supposed to be our absolute savior, and he just, the kind of injury that they just don't show you the replay of, right? It was so brutal. And that he worked so hard to recover from that, and then came in this year. And at first it looked like maybe he was still a little not all the way there, but by the end of the season, he was punching out footballs and sacking folks like he hadn't missed a beat. So I have to root for Hutch. He is Lions have so much heart, and he's one of the reasons that they do. He's a leader for the team. He's just a outstanding guy. He's a local kid that plays for Detroit, so I have to go with him.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be no surprise I'm going for Christian McCaffrey, not just because he's a 49er fan, but if you look at the injury was last year. This man had not one leg, but both legs have Achilles tendonitis. Literally did not think this man was going to even have a career. I'm like, he's going to pop an Achilles like 2 seconds away from it. We were talking about his PRP treatments. He was secretly going off to Germany and doing all these things last year. It was like we did not have him much last year because he is such a workhorse for our offense. To go from bilateral Achilles tendonitis to this year, not missing a single game, having more snaps than any other player in the NFL. If you told me that this man with bilateral Achilles tendonitis last year was going to come back and outplay every player in the NFL by a lot more snaps than anybody else, I'd tell you were crazy, not going to happen. And then tell me that it was George Kittle that was going to tear his Achilles. I would have said, there's no way in hell. This is phenomenal. I think that he is so deserving because of all of that. You don't go from just being injured. You go from being injured to being the most productive player in the NFL. And that is insane. And I would be really surprised if somebody else won comeback player of the year. But, whenever you come back from an injury, though, it's a win. So shout out to all of them for coming back and having a heck of a season this year. All right, we're going to move on up. Moving on up. Let's see. We're going to defensive player of the year. And I think we're all going to agree on this one. But defensive player of the year nominees are Will Anderson of the Texans, Nick Bonito of the Broncos, Myles Garrett of the Browns. There you go, Laura. Hutchinson of the Lions, and Micah Parsons of the Packers. Laura, let's start with you on this one.
I mean, as much as I love Hutch, and I do, and I root for him, and I think he is a phenomenal player. I think he could have beat out all of these people last year if he weren't injured, because he was already, like, in the time that he was playing, he was already at the top of the list. And then even for several weeks after he was out, he was still at the top of the list. But I think I'm pretty sure that the obvious choice here is Myles Garrett. Talk about being, he's on the most underdog team that there is and still managed to knock it out of the park and hit these milestones and records. So I have to give a shout out to him. I mean, I would be surprised if anyone else got this.
It would be a travesty. Truly, it would be a travesty if anybody else won this. I think, like you said, Myles Garrett is going to come away with the largest honors and awards and be a Pro Bowler and MVP and in the Hall of Fame on a team that just can't pull things together. So he is what Cleveland is. Like he is what they have.
Yeah. He's what you call generational talent. You don't get a Myles Garrett all the time. And he is a force to be reckoned with. He ended the season with the most sacks of anyone. That's 23 sacks, 33 tackles for loss. And he holds the single season sack record. So that's pretty cool.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he breaks that again.
Mm-hmm.
Not done.
Especially if he ends up on a different team, which isn't happening anytime soon. But Laura, he wasn't your boy, Aiden Hutchinson wasn't too far behind. Nick Bonito had 14 sacks and Aiden Hutchinson had 14 and a half. So, Myles Garrett did almost 10 more than that. No big deal.
No big deal.
That just shows the production of Myles Garrett.
And he also could have won every Rate the Fit this week or this year. If he wanted to, he could have won every
Absolutely.
one.
Absolutely.
Why don't we throw that in there real quick? Off the cuff, we're going to have our own little Girlfriends of Football moment here. Who was your number one best dressed guy of the season?
All season long, like
all
every
season
fit?
long.
I have to go with David Montgomery. First of all, of course, he's on the Lions, but every week he brought it. Something new. Started with that Eagle Scout sash, and then week after week, he just kept knocking it out of the park.
I mean, you heard it. I'm a Myles Garrett fan. I think he was able to pull it every single week. And Matthew Stafford, like, I'm going to give they're two polar opposites of how they dress and how they look. Everything about them are polar opposites. I understand that, but those would be, if I need to have two. Those are my two.
Stafford, I agree with you on Stafford. He is proof that some men age like fine wine. I was following him since the kid was 21, right? And just at 38, how absolutely sharp he looks. So,
yeah, mine is Jackson Smith and Jigma. Mm-hmm. I was feeling what he just had some great fits this season, and some of them were like really kind of pushing the envelope a bit, and some of them were just so smooth. So I think he was mine this year. I would say probably close behind. And I'm surprised that I'm going to say this because his style is not always what I would select, but Christian McCaffrey. I mean, Christian McCaffrey was pretty solid, but it's not quite like, I'm a little bit more eccentric, like maybe Kendrick Bourne, Mac Jones, like they had some like outfits, right? But I think Christian McCaffrey kind of had maybe it's the married and has kids now. Maybe it's like he's entering the domestic time of his life. But no, JSN definitely had the style for me this year. All right, well, let's move on along to Offensive Player of the Year. Speaking of Jackson Smith and Jigma, he's on the list, as well as Puka Nakua, Bijan Robinson, Drake May, and Christian McCaffrey. So let me see. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Beth, you can go first this time.
Sneaky good. I'm going to go with Bijan Robinson. I don't think people gave the Falcons enough due. I think there was a lot that went wrong with the Falcons, but Bijan Robinson, man, can hold his own in any game. So he's mine.
Bijan's stats for this season was 1,478 rushing yards, 7 rushing touchdowns, and 79 catches for 820 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. 2,298 yards from scrimmage. So he had league-leading scrimmage total. Him and McCaffrey hung out in the offseason, and they really supported each other through the season. So I loved seeing that, and I love that for them. And good call, Beth. I like that pick. Laura?
I'm going to go with JSN. Yeah, again, Super Bowl team, just an outstanding job this year. I don't really have much more to say about that.
Well, and his stat line is not done yet, right? So he's got 119 receptions, which is league leading, and 1,798 receiving yards with 10 touchdowns. This is going to come as no surprise. I'm picking Christian McCaffrey. Yes. The man had 1,202 rushing yards, and he had 102 receptions for 924 yards. He almost was the first running back to have over 1,000 rushing and over 1,000 receiving yards. He just, less than 100 yards short of that, but 10 rushing touchdowns, 7 receiving touchdowns. And like I said, he was the most productive athlete in all of the NFL, having more snaps than anyone else in the league. So he definitely was a workhorse. And again, coming off of bilateral Achilles tendonitis, this man is like otherworldly. Literally, the picture of him looking like a robot, like that might be real. So, but I don't think any of us are wrong. So let's get to the biggest and most celebrated pick of the night, which is most valuable player. Beth, your man had it last year. He's up for it again this year. We've got Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, and Christian McCaffrey. What are you guys thinking?
My choice is very clear on this one. I like a lot of these players, but Matt Stafford, he's just among the best of humanity, right? Like he went from a team where he had all the potential in the world but couldn't get there to a team where the staff knew if they got him, he could win a Super Bowl, and he did. And this year he had just an absolutely phenomenal season. He is, a girl dad. He and his wife have been together since college. He's got, 4 little girls, twins, and 2 other little girls. And he's just a wholesome guy. Like, I genuinely believe he's a good person. And he was when he was in Detroit, and he still is out in California. And I think he deserves it this year. He's 38. I don't know how much longer he has in the league. I think he deserves credit for his entire career.
Well, luckily being a girl dad doesn't matter when you're MVP, right? Like, that's not the stat line that helps you get this win in this category. But what does matter is he had 4,707 yards, which is the NFL leader. He had 46 touchdowns. That's more than anybody else as a quarterback in this category. 8 interceptions, 109.2 passer rating, first team All-Pro. Definitely the numbers are there to qualify him as the one who runs away with this. Beth, what are your thoughts?
I would agree. I think the stats are kind of running either May or Stafford. And when we're looking at truly, when you're looking at the season, I mean, May had a good season. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Like he did, but he also the Patriots had the easiest season in the league. Just when you look at the competition that May had to put up with this season compared to Stafford, I don't think they even equate. So I agree. I think Stafford deserves it. I think May's got a lot of time to potentially get it in the future. And I do think that he will get it in the future. But I do not believe that this is the year.
Yeah. I think this is something that all three of us are going to actually agree on. As much as I love Christian McCaffrey, I definitely think he does, again, like the man could not have done anything more as a running back to try to win this category. But I just think this category is always awarded to a quarterback, right?
Typically, yeah.
And I feel like if Christian McCaffrey had been successful in getting over 1,000 yards receiving and was the first one to have, 2 seasons doing that, I think that changes this discussion. But for now, Matt Stafford, I mean, again, at the beginning of the season, we thought this man was going to be toast. He had back pain. We were like, no 40-year-old man is going to survive back pain in the NFL for a whole season, right?
Right. That was my whole thing. I was like, how is he still playing? How is he still playing? He was playing at a high level. And listen, Christian McCaffrey is going to win something, Desi.
Oh, yeah.
So
But I mean, to be nominated for those 3 categories is wild. And that's what just makes him so special. It's like comeback player of the year, offensive player of the year, MVP, and he's a running back. Guys, he's a running back. Like this is like what conversations are usually about when it comes to the quarterback position. So, I love CMC. You guys know that. But I do think Matt Stafford is deserving of this. And who is this? The third one looks like Monica Geller from Friends. Would that be me because I have the short hair, or is this Beth?
I don't know. Our names are on the screen, so feel free to use them in your comments.
Aswin Kumar, 8016. I need to know.
Let us know. Who is it?
Who's got the Monica energy? Hey. And all I'm thinking is like
Monica energy, much more than I have Monica energy.
I'm full on Phoebe if we're doing that. But
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, ladies, we got the big game. Let's bring it back to talks about the Super Bowl. We are prepared as always for fun and games, and we have drinks. We have games. We have all kinds of things. Laura's been working hard on the imaging. So, Laura, I'm going to let you pick. What do we talk about next?
Well, let's start with cocktails, mocktails.
Let's do it. Yay. Hold on. Cue it up.
Yes!
It's yes, not yay. My bad. So this is the Lombardi because it is the Super Bowl. It is the Lombardi Trophy. So this is the cocktail for this week. It is, as Laura said earlier, as we were talking before, it's a twist on a gin fizz. It's dry gin, toasted fennel syrup, orgeat. Is that how you say it, Laura? Because I can't. Orgeat. Lemon juice and club soda. Put it in a shaker, mix it up, put it over some ice, and add a fennel frond if you'd like. I have mine because I purchased fennel to make my fennel syrup, not realizing that I need fennel seed. So if anybody has a recipe for fennel, I have one.
Wait, for the toasted fennel syrup, you made your own?
I did. I made my own toasted fennel syrup with fennel seeds that I had to go back and purchase after the fact.
How does one make the fennel syrup?
You toast the fennel seeds in a pan, and then you make a simple syrup. Cup water, cup of sugar. That's how you make simple syrup. Boil it till the sugar dissolves into the water, and then you add the toasted fennel in and you cook it for a few more minutes, and then you let it seep overnight, or I just leave the fennel in it and then I strain it when I use it. That's also how I make the simple syrup we used last week. There's a handful of them. Whenever you infuse a simple syrup, that's all you do. You just kind of add in whatever you want to your simple syrup recipe.
Y'all need to get snowed in more. Gabe's making like creations. You're making food creations. I'm here for it.
Again, if you have an idea of what to do with the fennel.
Well, it's got a lovely licoricey taste. So you could just
one in the fridge.
You could literally just shave it up and put it in a salad with some orange segments. All right. But that's a recipe for a different time.
Another time. So the Lombardi mocktail. So the interesting thing about this is actually the original recipe. We made the cocktail off of the mocktail. So the Lombardi mocktail is truly, it's an Italian mocktail that has been around for a while. It is the same toasted fennel syrup. I'm not going to say it. Laura, you do it.
Orgeat,
lemon juice, club soda. So that's the original recipe. Add it to a shaker and you add the club soda on the top afterwards. Again, add a fennel frond to make it look pretty. It's a good kind of refreshing cocktail, mocktail. I like this one because it truly is just, the only difference is adding alcohol to it. So it's an easy one to have available at a house party or at an event. So enjoy the Lombardi for the Super Bowl.
Yay! I think I'm actually going to make that. But you know what? You said shaved. And I forgot to tell you guys the story that I wanted to tell you in the beginning. So what had happened was right before the show started, my son's going into the Marines and he has like the giant fluffy hair. So he wanted me to shave his hair. Now, backstory is I used to cut my kids' hair all the time when they were little. The last time I cut their hair was somewhere around 10, 11 years old, whatever. I hadn't used that, the guards and all that. I hadn't used that in like 10 years. So we're getting ready for I'm like, I got the podcast in like 45 minutes, son. We got to get to this. And like, my husband's like, you shouldn't do it. You should wait till tomorrow. He didn't want to wait till tomorrow. I'm like, it'll take me 2 seconds. I'm just doing one thing, whatever. What is it called? Guard. I'm just using one guard all the way around. We're good. So we get outside. Had to get the connector for the what do you call it? The cord extension.
Cord to go out to the back. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got everything hooked up. He's sitting there. I'm like, zoom. And I said, oh my God, I didn't use the guard. Y'all, I shaved him all
I mean, he's got to be bald anyway. It'll be fine.
So he's got to go to the military.
Pictures?
But listen to this. He has to go to the military entrance processing station on Monday. So okay.
He's got like 5 days.
Yeah, he'll have a nice little stubble going.
Fine.
So I put it down to like a 2. I think I went with a 2 all the way around. So it's kind of evened up. And I'm like Hollywood sprayed the center so it doesn't look bald in the center. And I'm like, look, it's doable. It's gonna be okay.
I would have just taken it all off. I can't believe you.
Me too.
Tried to fix that.
Yeah, Rob, listen, that poor kid. I'm like, okay, good thing you're young because your hair will grow back fast.
Also, can we just say that may be payback for everything?
But that's where I don't feel so bad. Hi, Chio. What's up, girl? I don't, but I will get you one because I can do that. So when you said shaved, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. It was ridiculous. So that's what happens when I'm out of, I hadn't done it in 10 years. So, then my husband's yelling at me, I told you should have waited till tomorrow. I'm like, I just forgot the guard. I mean, it was comical. It was literally comedy.
Was it in the front yard or the backyard? This is
totally backyard. Total backyard.
It would have been better if people were walking by.
I know, man. I could only imagine neighbors walking by.
Well, no. So my backyard is to a lake
I
where people
know.
can walk around. But luckily, nobody was out there. It was already sundown. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But Rob, no, nobody lost a bet. But now I don't think anyone's ever going to trust me to cut their hair. So maybe that's probably a win because everybody asked me to. So now, like, fine, it's one less thing I'll have to do around that. Just kidding, hubby. I know you listen.
Fuck it up once. You don't have to worry about it again.
That's
That
true.
part. All right. Well, now that we're all laughing about that, sorry, honey. So we are going to chat about a couple things. So games. So not only are we going to have beverages that we just showed you some great recipes of, we're also going to play some games while we're watching the game. So one thing is Super Bowl squares. My baby sister, Angel, is running the Boston Marathon. In order to run it, she has to raise $12,000. So I'm supporting her by doing Super Bowl squares. I had no idea how stressful Super Bowl squares can be. Rob, thank you so much. I know you got some squares. Ladies, you guys got some squares. Rob, there's still like 30 squares left. So I'm down to like the last bit. So I'm stoked. We're getting there. So thank you all to those who've supported. If you're still in, definitely let's get these squares filled up. I was supposed to do random drawing tonight, but I'm going to do it live on social media, maybe Friday or Saturday. I'm definitely going to have it done before Sunday, and I'll make sure I post the grid before Sunday. So Rob, I don't know if you were coming on here so you could see what that looks like, but because I still have some open squares, I want to give it a couple more days, but I will get that information out to you. If you're looking to support, you can Venmo or Cash App me. It's on the little bubble here on the screen. Or you can message us on any of our social media platforms at Girlfriends in Football. We'll give you the details, and we'd be happy to have you support. So marathon is no joke. I ran one once and told myself that I would never do that again because it was the stupidest thing I ever did. So shout out to my sister who's going to be doing it. And she's going to be doing it in Boston. I did mine in Tampa. So I would rather do it in Tampa than Boston, but shout out to her.
I'll run a half marathon. My husband trained once for a full marathon, and just watching him train for it turned in I was like, there's no part of me that has any desire to do that. Half marathons are enough for me, and I still don't know if I could do one now, but shout out to anybody doing a full marathon. The training alone is all consuming. So
Facts.
Good luck to your sister. I'm proud of her for doing it.
Amen. Same. And she's doing it for such a great organization. It's the Joe Andruzzi Foundation, which he was an ex New England Patriot, and he raises money to help patients who are undergoing cancer. So it's a great charity. And so again, your money's going to charity, but you also have an opportunity to win some money back. So, or you can win it and donate it, whatever you want to do. It's your kind of world. But Laura, we've got more fun and games. So I'm going to take this over to you. Talk to us about what else we got going on.
All right. Well, we are doing the official Girlfriends in Football Big Game Bingo for you to play along during the game on Sunday. So you only have a few more days to enter if you're interested. We have a few more cards left. It was the first 15 people to respond to. Actually, I take that back. First 12 people to respond to us because we get cards too. And so just to play along, we can't win, but we want to play. And so we have a couple.
Why are we getting cards if we can't win?
Well, you get to win our own prizes.
Well, I'm competitive. I'm going to say bingo.
You can win bragging rights.
You can win. You just have to let the next person who wins get the prize.
Correct. But here is the information you're going to need. Big Game Bingo, presented by Girlfriends in Football. Here's a sample of the bingo cards that we've created. Every single one of them is unique, so everyone has a chance to win. These are events that will happen during the game, so you can see like fumble or you can see false start. So when that happens in the game, you cross that off on your bingo card. If you get 5 across, up and down, or diagonal, you take a picture or screenshot of the bingo card and send it to us. And you win. If you're the first one to do it, you win. And we've got a sweet prize package, which includes a Girlfriends in Football t-shirt and a recipe card for your favorite team. I put our favorite teams on here to give you the visual, but of your favorite team, as well as a gift card so you can buy the ingredients to make your cocktail at home. So first 12 people to follow our YouTube or subscribe to it and DM us on Facebook or Instagram will get one of the unique bingo cards to use on game day. However you want to play, once you've got the card, you can do it on your phone using your little markup tool to check off the squares, or you can print it out and mark it up. And either way, send us a picture. If you get five in a row of whatever direction, and you have a chance to win. So it's just another fun way to play along, to watch the game and be invested in the game, because you're going to want to watch to see these things happen as they happen.
Yay! And now, wait, where is it? Hold on. Now, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl.
That's a new one. I like the sound.
Yeah, it makes me feel like a real radio show.
It's a wild Wednesday, ladies. Come on. All right. Who's winning this thing?
Seahawks.
Beth?
I agree. Seahawks. I'll be, before you answer, Desi, this is not even because I don't like the Patriots. I truly believe, I don't think, will the Pats win it in the future? I've said this before. They've got a good future ahead of them. Their season has not been representative of, they're in the Super Bowl not because they're a Super Bowl team. They're in the Super Bowl due to circumstance.
Well, I will be petty, and I will say I don't want the Seahawks winning in Santa Clara, so go Pats, go. I guess I'm rooting for Drake May, and it's tough. It doesn't feel good.
It already hurts you to say that.
It pains me. But see, Rob's in here, and he knows, right? Like, it's got to be go Pats. Go Pats.
I will be shocked if the Pats win. And if they do, then it's deserved and all the things. But the Patriots have had the luck of the draw this season, and I can't fathom that they should be in that game at all.
Right. It was one broken ankle and blizzard away from it being the Broncos. Oh.
And maybe one catch.
Right.
Says the Buffalo fan.
Yes.
Does that feel better now, Beth? I feel like that's been sitting there the whole hour.
Did I send you that? I did send you guys that the meme of like,
you sent us everything, Beth.
That is true.
It's so painful. It's so painful.
It is so painful because not even that. Then it was like the loss of your coach. It's just like, it's just gone to shit. And you guys are supposed to have a new stadium next year. How are you supposed to get excited about that?
I don't know. I am excited about, I have had time to sit with it. I still don't like the Joe Brady, but I am happy that he is making some other changes from a coaching standpoint. So I'm hoping that some of like offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, I feel like there's some other good moves that might make some good changes. So I'm going to be hopeful. I'm still not happy about Joe Brady. I'm more unhappy about Brandon Beane.
Yeah, but it's all on him. So there will be nobody. If this season goes to shit.
And I will say, like, Joe Brady in his, and we don't need to talk about this long, Joe Brady in his press conference when he did do his I'm the coach, all of that. He is really excited. He's young, he's nerdy, he's gonna be all in. So I do like the excitement from him. Like I said, I just hope that he is gonna be hard enough on the players and not I feel like sometimes he's too like fangirl. I feel like he's too excited to be a part of something really cool. And I worry about that part. So as long as he doesn't fangirl out on us next season, I think we'll be okay.
Well, and think about it this way, right? This is the season finale, right, of the Super Bowl, of the season. The Super Bowl is the season finale. There are 32 teams every year that fight to get into the season finale, and only one of them can win. So it's not always going to be our team, right? In my case, it'll never be our team, maybe one day. But it's not always going to be our team. There's only one team that can win, only two teams that can go. So, and after Sunday, clean slate, fresh season. We've got the draft upcoming, then we've got the trades and all of that, completely clean slate. And once again, any given Sunday, any one of the 32 teams has a chance to win it next year.
And new salary caps, which will help Buffalo significantly. So
all 32 teams, Laura, is questionable. There's some teams that just never even get to.
Well, they're going to try. They're going to when the Lions were 0-16, we were still a hopeful fan base.
Love it. Love it.
There's always next year.
Exactly.
Always next season.
We didn't even get into the coaching changes. Todd Monken was named head coach of the Cleveland Browns. You've got Nagy that's now going to join Harbaugh in New York. We got lots of other stuff to talk about. So come back next Wednesday. It'll be our final episode for this season, but we will cover our thoughts of the Super Bowl after watching it. We'll talk about the halftime show. We'll talk about the
winners,
commercials, all the things. Yeah, that's why I said we'll talk about the Super Bowl, like the outcome.
No, in our bingo.
Oh,
and
bingo.
The winner. We will announce the winner.
The winner that we care about.
All that part. So we're going to talk about all of that, plus coaching changes, any other updates or news that are coming out. But guys, have an awesome Super Bowl. Enjoy time with your friends and family. This is it. This is the last football game of this season. It's going to be Sunday deserts every weekend. So for here all the way until we get back into August. So enjoy it, even if it's not the two teams that you wanted to see there. No matter how you feel, enjoy this last game, and we will see you next Wednesday. Check us out on all our social media platforms at Girlfriends in Football. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Take care and happy football.
Go Bills.